Caddy, hello world. This is Attorney Angel and I'm your legal angel. Hi my fellow angels! As always, I hope that you're all staying healthy, safe, and well, and that you're not forgetting to pray. Especially now that we have a record-breaking number of COVID cases. This is already the Omicron variant, I believe. So please stay healthy and stay safe and observe the necessary health standards or safety protocols. And of course, thank you very much. We are now 845 subs as of this recording, if I'm not mistaken. So please like, subscribe, share, and follow. Eventually, we'll be on our way to 850, 900, and then 1,000. Maraming salamat po. Okay, for today's vlog, I'm going to read to you 2 inspiring letters. If you remember last year, that was Christmas, I read 3 inspiring letters. One from Justice Gorsuch of the United States, one from Senator Chis Escudero, and one from Senator Pepe Diokno to his eldest son Ramon. So, napaka-inspiring na mga letters ito, diba? Now, I will give you again 2 more inspiring letters from our very own Justice Caguioa and Chief Justice Gesmundo. And I would like to dedicate these letters to aspiring lawyers. Yung mga gustong kumuha ng law, those who are planning to take up law, this would also truly inspire you. And of course, I would like to dedicate these letters and this vlog to our dear bar examinees. I could not imagine what they are going through sa ilang beses nang na-postpone ng bar exams. Okay, you have to have the ability to bounce back, be resilient. Kasi roller coaster ride ito para sa kanila. Diba? Ilang beses nang na-postpone, ilang beses na rin nagbago kung ano yung i-cover. And until finally, almost matutuloy na this January, but because of the Omicron and the high number of cases of those who are infected with COVID, it was moved again to Feb. But anyway, matutuloy ito. We need lawyers. We need lawyers right now. So, for the best bar ever, matutuloy din yan. And I think this will also be the best batch of the bar examinees ever. Dahil sa kanilang resilience. And I hope and pray that they will stay focused and kahit anong mental health issues they're going through, because syempre ang hirap mag-prepare, diba? That they will be able to get through this. Kapit lang, hold on, okay? Malapit na, makakamit yun rin ang pangarap nyong maging ATTY period or attorney. Okay, at makapagsilbi sa ating kapwa at sa ating bayan. Itong letters na rin to would serve as a reminder to them, to our bar examinees, why they took up law in the first place and why they endured the journey towards becoming a lawyer and why they are really coping with the situation and fighting and overcoming these challenges para matuloy ang bar examinations at makapag-exam sila, makapasa sila, at makapag-take ng oath bilang mga abogado. So, ito po ay para sa inyo. Let's start with the first letter. Actually, itong sumulat na ito, si Mr. Hans Casilag, he was also the one who wrote to Senator Chis Escudero. Okay. Okay. This is dated April 6, 2021. Let me read it to you. Dear Hans, thank you so much for your congratulatory salutations. I find it heartwarming when students such as yourself are conscious and eager in planning their future. It is a sign that you are ready and able to take on significant responsibilities and are well prepared to enter the world of adulthood. If I'm not mistaken, this was during the time nakaka-appoint pa lang ni Chief Justice Gesmundo. Your interest in the field of law, as you're asking my advice for aspiring lawyers, perfectly fits your sensible disposition, especially in this time of the pandemic, which is perfect for deep reflection and self-assessment. In this regard, let me share the wisdom that I have learned from my mentors and through my experiences, as well as my own thoughts on matters which an aspiring lawyer should put in mind, which are as follows. First, always remember that being a lawyer is first and foremost a social responsibility, not an avenue for self-aggrandizement, or how do I pronounce it? Aggrandizement, or a tool for impunity. A lawyer is not a person who justifies another person's wrong. He or she does not solely pursue the interests of his or her client in courts of law or elsewhere. He or she does not use the law to further his or her own interests at the expense of others. He or she is not a person who flaunts his or her academic achievement to raise his or her own status. He or she has the responsibility to see to it that laws are being followed, or that endeavors to be pursued by those who seek legal advice are consistent with law. A lawyer does not foster anarchy, incite instability, or contribute confusion. He or she is a person who keeps the bonds of society intact. Beautiful words from CJ Gesmundo. Second, preparation for the legal profession is not only confined to aptitude, it is also dependent on attitude. Beautiful. Again, preparation for the legal profession is not only confined to aptitude, it is also dependent on attitude. More than mental fitness, a prospective lawyer should also possess moral fitness. He or she should endeavor to be conscious of and empathetic to the needs or interests of others, lest he or she wreaks havoc to society by promoting discord instead of harmonious relations. Okay? Not just mental fitness, but moral fitness. Third, preparing for the legal profession starts now. That is true. There is no other opportune time to lay down the foundation of becoming a lawyer than to start utilizing the time available at hand. The key to becoming successful in any field or calling is the right mindset. I cannot stress this enough that being disciplined and organized increases your chances of success. Do your best to practice delayed gratification by putting in the work and relishing in the results. Do away with instant gratification if you long for favorable and relatively permanent outcomes. Yun na. Delayed gratification. Okay. Avoid procrastination, for you will end up doing nothing. Most importantly, always make time for leisure in between bouts of responsibilities. Most importantly, a person is more productive when responsibility and hard work are both balanced with recreation and rest. Or R&R, kung napansin nyo, in the past few vlogs, nag-R&R ako kasi kailangan ng balance ka. Tama si CJ. Hindi pwedeng work lang. Kailangan din may balance. Give yourself time to rest and recuperate. Okay? And rejuvenate. And then go and bounce back. Diba? And yung proper mindset, totoo yun. Especially siguro for our barristers or bar examinees, hirap kasi 'di ba? Yung mind mo nakaset na nung November, then na-move na naman. But anyway, sabi ko nga, resilient, the most resilient batch, the best batch ever for the best bar, okay, ever. And avoid procrastination. Oh wow, I'm guilty of that sometimes. Pero nilalabanan natin. Ang importante, pag meron kang times na you don't think you're productive or you don't think you can do anything, give yourself time and then bounce back. Okay? Okay. Fourth, practice humility, kindness, integrity, and candor. Wow. I cannot overemphasize this. Practice humility, kindness, integrity, and candor. The legal profession normally entails avoiding or managing hostilities brought about by conflicting interests. Moreover, it is usual in law practice that the variety of opinions is as many as there are lawyers. Being humble and kind diminishes the likelihood of being exposed to unnecessary conflicts with fellow members of the legal profession. Wow. Pag naaalala ko to, oh my God, I get teary-eyed. Kasi talaga, being kind and being humble, okay, kakabit din yan ng gratitude, being grateful. Being candid reinforces the public's trust in legal processes. An aspiring lawyer should realize that his or her dealings with others produce a significant impact on society. Remember that a lawyer does not only deal with his or her client but also to his fellow members of the bar and most importantly with the courts. Such is the reason why integrity is required of prospective lawyers so that he or she will not wield his or her knowledge of the law to the detriment of society's members. Okay? Dito pa lang parang na-discuss ni CJ Gesmundo yung fourfold duty ng lawyers under the CPR, Code of Professional Responsibility. Last, learn to practice calculated discernment and delayed judgment. This is the most difficult skill for aspiring and even practicing lawyers to master, as it entails controlling your own emotions and managing your own biases. Things are not always what they appear. Sometimes the terms justice and rule of law become relative depending on the circumstances and whose point of view it is expressed, making an objective outlook necessary to temper such subjectivity. A level-headed lawyer is one who, when confronted by controversial information, chooses to put in the time to do further research or fact-checking and to go through the process of thorough analysis before jumping into conclusions or taking up a position. Very, very, very timely, especially now that fake news is proliferating. Fact-checking, verification, sabi nga ni CJ. Okay? And yung first two words na sinabi niya, actually four, okay? Calculated discernment and delayed judgment. Okay. An aspiring lawyer must resist the urge to make hasty conclusions to situations where underlying reasons or motives are not immediately apparent. He or she must not be easily swayed from strong and unverified opinions of others without first making a thorough assessment. In the age of social media, where everyone has the ability to broadcast his or her opinions, as well as deliberately written articles in real time, an objective mind is needed to sift through all the misleading information. Being objective aids in giving clarity to your mind when certain situations present dilemmas where several basic principles appear to be inconsistent or collide with one another. Very important. It is my fervent hope that your perception of the legal profession will always lean towards the view of responsibility to society rather than the calling of status or power. Again. This is so beautiful and very powerful. My fervent hope that your perception of the legal profession will always lean towards the view of responsibility to society than a calling of status or power. An aspiring lawyer should always keep in mind that a license to practice law is a privilege. To be part of the profession charged with the duty of maintaining social order. Sincerely yours, Alexander Gesmundo. Okay, now this time it's a different student. One from a law student from the University of San Carlos. Okay, si Mr. Agapay. And it was a letter dated May 17, 2020. Okay. It's a shorter letter than the letter of CJ. Okay. Dear Rommel, I hope this letter finds you and your family in good health. I am delighted and humbled to receive your letter. It is always heartening whenever I learn of young people such as yourself who are so interested in the law that they would immerse themselves in it, even going to great lengths to understand it by reading, concurring in dissenting opinions, and listening to oral arguments. Coming from a young student of the law, your kind and generous words carry a deeper significance to me, and I sincerely appreciate your thoughtfulness. No, student na siya. Siyansi yata hindi pa. To continue, on a more serious note, I do sympathize with your feelings of weariness and exhaustion in these trying times. Surely, surviving law school while navigating the unique challenges brought about by this pandemic is a tall order that entails grit, determination, willpower, and perseverance. Oh, actually, this was also written during the time of the pandemic, katulad ng letter ni CJ. And I will also add a dedication hindi lang sa mga aspiring lawyers, but yung mga law students na nasa law school na now, and of course our bar examinees. This is very, very fitting and appropriate, especially this time of the pandemic. And napaka-importante, again, sabi ni Justice Caguioa, and by the way, Justice Caguioa, if I am not mistaken, is the next bar chair for the 2022 bar. After the best bar ever chair, Justice Leonen. Okay. Grit, determination, willpower, perseverance. Okay. Kailangan natin. In retrospect, however, and having walked quite a distance of the journey you yourself wish to make, I must caution you on the singular peril that many people who throw themselves completely towards the practice of law sometimes fail to remember. Law school is not everything. Law school is important, but it is hardly the only thing that must matter in your young life. It will demand of your time and effort, but success here should never come at the expense of other vital aspects of yourself. For instance, do not neglect your mental, emotional, and spiritual health over it, nor take your loved ones and crucial relationships for granted because of it. Oo, parang similar to dun sa sinabi kanina ni CJ, yung matutong give time for yourself, mag-rest if needed. Okay. And this time naman, sinasabi ni Justice Caguioa, there's more to law school, di ba? So, kailangan din lalagaan mo yung sarili mo mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and your relationship socially, okay, with others. Law school is momentous at this point in your life, and while you're in it, it will always be tempting to think that it is all there is. On the contrary, however, if this raging pandemic has taught us anything, it is that so many of our preoccupations pale in comparison to the larger contexts that we never thought we'd need to grapple with in our lifetime. This global health crisis seems to have shaken us awake and into seeing that no career, title, or prestige, or any other long-haul endeavor is worth the sacrifice of so many other fundamental and meaningful aspects of our lives that equally matter, if not more. So always remember to take good care of your well-being in order to succeed in the many aspects of your young life. Tama yun, tama, di ba? Take care of yourself. Love yourself, ika nga ni RM. Yung sa kanyang speech sa UN years ago, 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And my favorite word today is if I'm not mistaken. Okay? Of course, you know that I'm an army. Borahe. Love yourself movement. Okay? Ultimately, I hope you find the confidence to know that you already have what it takes to survive in life in general, and law school in particular. When things seem bleak, just go back to the basics and remember why you wanted to study law in the first place. That is to borrow your own words, to become one of the greatest lawyers in the country that would fight for justice and truth. Okay, this reminds me of what I always tell my students. Okay, unang-una, dapat alam mo yung purpose mo kung bakit ka pumasok ng law school. You should know your why. Just as what teka lang, last year ko ba siya? Yes, I think last year or this year ko natapos. Start with why. Simon Sinek. Okay, always start with why. Go back to your why. Okay, yung mga aspiring lawyers, yung mga law students, and our bar examinees. Kapag nakaka-lose ng focus, always go back to your why. Okay? If it seems that you want to give up, always go back to your why. Okay? Sabi nga dito, go back to the basics and remember why you wanted to study law in the first place. Okay? And for the student who wrote Justice Ben Caguioa, it is to be one of the greatest lawyers in the country that would fight for justice and truth. Okay? Because this is bigger than ourselves. Diba? Sabi nga rin ni Justice Leon, you're not doing it for yourself alone. There is a bigger cause. I therefore wish you success in the fullest sense of the word. I'm sure you will be a great addition to this noble profession. Until then, padayon. Sincerely, Justice. I hope that na-re-energize ang ating mga law students at nanumbalik din ang fire, ang passion sa ating mga bar examinees to focus because we're almost there. Konting-konti na lang, makakapag-bar exam sa tayo, papasa na tayo at magiging abogado na at magiging instruments of truth and justice at makakatulong sa ating bayan, sa ating mga kababayan. So hang in there. And for aspiring lawyers, sana po na-inspire kayo sa mga sulat na ito at pumasok na rin po kayo sa law school. And by the way, at the UMac School of Law, application is now open. We are the only legal educational institution offering scholarships to an entire batch. Okay, so we have full scholarships. We have 50 slots for this year. 10,000 monthly stipend, 10,000 scholarship for 10,000 book allowance per semester, plus subscriptions like for the Legal Wiz, the Iskra, and an international subscription as well coming soon. And no tuition fee, no miscellaneous fees to be paid. So apply now if you're interested, and go to our FB page. Okay, and I'll shout out to my students who won the Legal Angel Final Scare Kit. I hope I can share it with you next time when they receive it kasi for sending pa lang. So, ang laman niya, we have coffee, tea, biscuits, chips, candies, at ang mahirap kuhanin ngayon, vitamin C, paracetamol. Meron din tayong white flour. Yung ba yung white? Napaka-importante ng white flour. So, sana po makatulong sa ating mga estudyante, lalo na po ngayon ay finals na, final exams na. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and for listening, and I hope we can grow our channel as well, our subscribers, so we can reach out to more people, to our kababayans all over the world, and send help also as well. And thank you very much. Be kind, be a blessing to others, and always remember to glorify God with a grateful heart. This is Attorney Angel, and I'm your legal angel.